Hello ladies and gents, welcome to the channel. Possible synopsis has been revealed for Blade, so we're going to dive into that today. It's complete rumour at this stage, basically conjecture. We just don't know. It's a production listing, so seemingly confirms a possible synopsis. So we'll dive into that. Also, you may know obviously you've got eyes. There's nothing in the corner over there, ladies and gents. I moved my big old shelf full of things because obviously it's Christmas, so we'll be putting a tree up. So stay tuned for that. Calm down. Everyone seems to have a hissy fit when things change. So just breathe. You'll be fine. So let's dive into this. Bit of a chit-chatty video today. I do things slightly differently here on Sundays. Speaking of Christmas, just as an FYI, down below in the description box you'll find two links to two different merch listings. One are Jasper themed merch listings. Jasper's my dog, so check it out. You might really like it. Support me and the channel and stuff like that. And then the second one is actually a Xenomorph Christmas sweater, all over print design. Last time I'll be doing that design, so check that out too. But anyway, let's dive into it, shall we? Like I said, this is from a production listing, so who knows? Who knows? But here we have it, right? So this is just the tweet itself. It goes, himself, a half-human, half-vampire daywalker, Eric Brooks, has honed his abilities to hunt down the undead who have long terrorized mankind. A human-vampire hybrid since his tragic birth, Blade has spent his long life seeking to rid the world of vampires like the one that killed his mother. Over the years, he has mastered his own style of fighting monsters of all kinds. I mean, look. That's Blade, isn't it, really? Doesn't really reveal anything, actually. But that's a good thing. So now comes the chit-chatty part to this video. Most people will be looking at that and going, well, what? That's just Blade. But that's kind of a good thing, isn't it, really? You know, we don't really need a reinvention of the wheel when it comes to Blade. Blade's a good character. Blade works. And I think the problem is here anyway, Marvel is treading on quite thin ice to do with Blade. Primarily, before you all get your knickers in a twist, primarily because it's going to be a PG-13 Blade, isn't it? Or PG. One of the two. It's definitely not going to be R-rated. Like, we know that. That's Marvel. So when it comes to Blade, you know, being on the big screen, the best kind of Blade would be the Blade that we all know. And this seemingly tells us that. The other elements of it, I mean, look, let's be honest. Half human, half vampire. We know that anyway. Vampires long terrorizing mankind. That will be interesting. Because whenever they include these things, whenever they include elements that have been previously unseen in the Marvel universe, I always think to myself, how are you going to explain that? How are you going to explain that Blade has been around killing vampires when Captain America has never seen a vampire? Or when, you know, Nick Fury has never seen a vampire or even heard of a vampire? You know, these are the kind of things which always confuse me. And it was the same with the Eternals. They wishy-wash it away. Oh, why didn't you interfere with Thanos' snap? Oh, because we were told not to. Oh, alright then. Just fine. Like, we're told only to deal with Eternals business. What is Thanos? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just seemingly, well, nonsense, really. So it'll be interesting to see how they sort of hand wave this away. It might be just simply because people just don't know. But then, really? Iron Man knows everything. Well, supposedly. Obviously, he's dead now. But you'd think that they would know this. So that's a slight concern. A slight concern. Now, obviously, he says, you know, a human-vampire hybrid since his tragic birth. Blade has spent his long life seeking to rid the world of vampires like the one that killed his mother. So, presumably, he's been around for longer now, maybe, than before. I don't know. Over the years, he's mastered his own style of fighting monsters of all kinds. That's kind of cool. That could be good. You know, new monsters, new beasties. I like the sound of that. That could be very interesting. Will we get to even see any. Maybe not. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, what part this starts in. Will we see his origin first, and then go to where he is now, present day, or will his origin just be told through interaction and, just dialogue, basically. Now, the article does note, Eternals sets the stage for Blade to team up with Dane Whitman, Black Knight. I don't think that's going to happen. So if you didn't know, Eternals post-credit scene, one of, is Dane Whitman becoming the Black Knight by, taking the sword, basically. And Mahershala Ali's voice going, are you sure you want to do that? Or are you sure you're ready for this? I can't remember what it was. But I don't think they will do that. Because that's... maybe they will. I can't see them doing that, but maybe. Now, the article does say, obviously, so it remains to be seen if we're getting a new origin story for the character. Picking up with him a little later in his vampire hunting career makes sense, though, and his history can easily be explored with an opening sequence or flashbacks. I'd prefer just dialogue. Him catching up with someone that is, interacted with him in the past over many years and then explains that way. That would be good. All in all, this is a film which, it doesn't need to be made. No film really needs to be made. That seems to be the running theme from a lot of people here. Is whenever you say that, people are like, oh, it doesn't need to get made. No film needs to get made. It's all about money. But this is a movie which I don't think will make a ton of money, to be perfectly honest. There's a lot of interest there, but that was because Snipes was... Well, it was Wesley Snipes, isn't he? He's basically synonymous with Blade. He made those films. So it'll be interesting to see how well this does. They did recently announce casting. Chap's name... I cannot remember the chap's name. But I think it was basically... looked like a Whistler-esque character. That individual would play. But that being said, guys, what do you think? The synopsis is not really a synopsis, is it? Like, it's quite literally what Blade is. But that's not a bad thing. It's just a bit underwhelming when you're like, oh, maybe a synopsis. You're like, oh, yeah, no, okay, fine, whatever. The other element here is that, Movie Buff 1219 does say that Blade will be filming late summer next year, which makes sense because this has been long in the works and they've now started doing casting announcements. So, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Stay tuned for some playthroughs coming up very, very soon, ladies and gents. I've picked the next playthrough on the channel, potentially, anyway, for a little bit, which will be Cyberpunk. I've had it for ages, I just haven't bothered to play it. Because apparently you get stuck in walls and things like that, and that's not fun. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of that and this down below in the description, in the comment section, not the description box. Thank you so much, ladies and gents. Take care.